Well, good morning. It's Tuesday morning here, and I'm Vukas, and I hope you're ready for some contemplation of prosperity principles, which is what we're going to be spending a little time talking about this morning. So we started not too long ago. Last week we started. Good morning. I'm just having my coffee here this morning. I mentioned yesterday that it might be a little later today. Things did get moved around. I was supposed to be somewhere at 8 o'clock this morning, and I was able to get out of that, so that I could be here with you this morning. And I'm trying to find a time that works well for the most amount of people, including myself. So good morning. So a week ago, we started diving into some of the principles in Wallace Wattles' book, The Science of Getting Rich. And it says on the back cover here, this may be the most important book you ever own. And I will tell you, when I moved out here, I'm in Colorado, currently. When I moved out here to Colorado from Florida a couple years ago, I scouted out ahead of my partner and the cats in our home, and just came out with my Honda Element, and I loaded it up with certain things that I did not want to be without while waiting for the rest of my belongings to show up, the rest of our household. And one of the things that I brought with me for sure was The Science of Getting Rich. The principles in this book are, if applied, if you act in a certain way, then you can be rich. And that's what I'm on target for. And I hope that's what you're here for as well. We're going to start taking a look at the next chapter, some of the ideas from the next chapter, and just a couple ideas I want to share with you this morning, and then to end our time together this morning with an affirmative prayer to anchor these ideas into our consciousness so that we can go about our day welcoming our abundance and prosperity to enter into our lives, because by us contemplating these principles, then we're actually sort of unkinking our hose. We're tuning into a new energy, a new vibration, which is all around us. But up till now, maybe we have been really tuned into the not enough time, not enough energy, not enough money. And in being rich, it's our right to be rich. You deserve to be rich. And rich means having everything that you need in order to fully express yourself, both soul, mind, spirit, and body, and every level. And so you deserve that. But so let's go ahead and take a look at the next chapter. This is chapter 3. Is opportunity monopolized? So I want to share with you just this first line, and there's a lot of lines in here that are just so powerful, but the first one here is, no man is kept poor because opportunity has been taken away from him, because other people have monopolized the wealth and have put a fence around it. You may be shut off from engaging in business in certain lines, but there are other channels open to you. So let me read a sentence again. No one is kept poor. No one experiences lack. No one lives in limitation and scarcity because opportunity has been taken away from you, or because other people have monopolized it or put a fence around it. Now, you may be shut off from engaging in business in certain lines, in certain avenues, but there are other channels open for you. The question that this chapter is intending to answer is opportunity monopolized. So up till now, what have we explored? We've explored because of who you are as a child of the universe, of life itself. Life made you out of itself and is impelling you and compelling you into the experience that it is seeking to have by means of you. It has provided everything necessary in order for you to have that experience. And so really, for us to be in the flow is for us to step out of the way. But there's another idea that we might have. We might think that we don't deserve it. Well, we've already discussed that. If you have any doubt whether you deserve to be abundant, then or that somehow your desires are outside of the will of God. If it's life affirming and it's not taken away from someone, then you know what, just go for it. Trust, step into that, begin to do things in a certain way, because there is a science to getting rich, and he talks more about this, and we haven't unpacked that fully, what that certain way is. But we're looking at another idea this morning, is someone keeping your good away from you? Is that possible? Well, let me ask you this question. If you have someone in your family that you care about, and they are dealing with let's say the flu. They got the flu. And they're dealing with the flu, and they're sniffling, they're in bed, and they fever and shakes and all of that. It's the worst flu ever they've ever experienced in their life. Can you get sick enough in order that they can have your health? Think about that for a moment. Can you get sick enough so that someone else may be well? How about, there are people who may not have enough food. Can you, I don't know, how about if you stop eating long enough by you giving up your share, then does that make that more available for them? Can you go hungry enough so that others may be full? Can you get sick enough so that others may have your wellness? Can the opportunities, the ideas to create and express in the world, for business, for whatever ventures you're seeking, can you do without enough so that others may have more? Or has other people you're having to do without because they're taking yours? You're sick because they're healthy. You are unhappy because they're too happy. They're taking their share of happiness. It's ludicrous. But yet we think of this in terms of, I think in the last political arena, or even it's still going on, the conversations is that there's only so much pie in the universe. And if that person has a big piece of pie, then you are automatically going to have a smaller piece of pie. And what he says here in this chapter is opportunity monopolized, that is erroneous thinking. That's an error. That type of thinking actually limits us from stepping into the opportunities that are all around us. If I believe that everyone else gets $1 million ideas except me, well then the $1 million ideas that are bouncing off my head all the time because I'm not letting them in. So this is why we're addressing some of these basic ideas, or some of these basic errors in thinking, so that we can clean them up and move on. He says here, you may be shut off from engaging in business in certain lines, but there are other channels that are open to you. Now he does explain, while it may be possible that you may be employed at a company, and maybe you have a non-disclosure agreement, an NDA, or a non-compete, and you're unable to get into that line of business. Does that mean then you're forever then not able to expand and explore the opportunities that are available to you? No. So I wanted to share with you one more idea before we take this to prayer. But the basic idea is that there's no one outside of you that's keeping you poor. There's no one outside of you that is keeping you in the experience of lack or limitation or scarcity. He says on page 14, in the Tarcher Penguin edition of this book, there is an abundance of opportunity for the man who will go with the tide instead of trying to swim against it. There is an abundance of opportunity for you if you go with the tide. And what does that mean? Well, if you have a belief that there are no opportunities, then you're definitely not going to be going with the tide. If you believe that you don't deserve the abundance, if you don't deserve the desires of your heart, because someone else is deciding that for you, then you're not going to go with the tide. You're not going to go with the flow. And that is why contemplation of the principles of prosperity are important, because we get told messages that are not true. And then we accept them, and then we act on those, which then keep us anchored and tied in place. One last line. This is on the top of 15. They will remain where they are as long as they continue to do as they do. And this is the line I'm going to close with today. You know, there's that definition of insanity that if you continue to do what you've always done but expect a different result each time, that's insanity. And up till now, if you're not experiencing the abundance and the prosperity and the wealth of love and joy and peace and health and well-being and money and opportunities and fun and adventure, if you're not having an abundant and experience an abundance of your life, then it's time to begin to do something different, to do it differently than you've been doing it before. If you keep doing what you've been doing, you're going to continue to get what you've been getting. And so today, the assumption that we're going to make, the answer to that question, whether you believe it or not, I know this is the truth. Is opportunity monopolized? Absolutely not. And so today, what I want us to anchor in prayer is that we are open to the flow. And we are open to doing things in a certain way. And maybe up till now, we have been kinking our own hose. But guess what? Today, this moment is a new moment that we begin to say, yes, there are opportunities available to me that maybe I haven't been open to till now. But I choose today to be open. This is the beginning of a certain way. There is making a decision. Making a decision to be rich. Making a decision to be abundance. Making a decision to prosper. So I invite you, wherever you're at, to get settled in your seats if you're able to do that, or if you're just listening to this while you're driving or whatever. Don't close your eyes. But as I speak in the first person, then I invite you to accept those words for yourself, because there is only one here. What I know here today is that there is only one power in presence, and that power in presence is life. It's God. It's source. And that source is showing up right here in this moment as everything around me, everything that I see, everything that I touch, everything that I hear. It is all evidence of that the movement of that life, of that power, of that presence. And what I know here this morning is also the truth that is, if God, if source, if spirit is all that there is, then the truth is that it's right here where I'm at. It is in me, operating through me. It is operating, in fact, as me. There is no separation or division. And what I know, it is also the truth for you as well. What I know here this morning is that what is true for me, what is true for each and every person who is watching or hearing this video. There is only one life, one mind, one power, one presence. And that is what is expressed right here through me and through you. And it is expressed truly as this word that I speak here this morning. This word that I speak, it is in fact the impulsion of God itself, of life itself. I can't make my heart beat. I can't make myself breathe. I can force myself to breathe, but at some point my body is going to say, get out of the way. Let us do what we know how to do. And so even this word that I speak, I settle into the fact and knowing that it is life that is speaking this word and in fact setting the law into motion. The law of cause and effect, the law of mind, acting on this word, bringing it into full manifestation. And so what I know in this word right here is that the truth of my life, the truth of the life of each and every individual who is hearing and watching this morning, the truth is that there is no monopoly Let me take that back. There is a monopoly of opportunity. And who has the monopoly but life itself? And because life is in me and life is in you, life is right here present, then what I know is that I possess that monopoly. You possess that monopoly. We are part of the monopoly, and opportunity is available at each and every turn. There are unlimited opportunities. And so any idea or agreements with lack or limitation around opportunities, around creativity, around new ideas, around, yes, it's this opportunity. The only thing that stands between me and my greater good, that stands between you and your greater good is a thing of thought. And so what I know this morning is that whatever that thought that was holding you back, holding me back, as we shine the light of awareness onto that thought. As the light shines, then there is no dark. And what is revealed here this morning is the abundance and the flow. That opportunities, creativity, new ideas, new engaging ideas to move you and me into a greater experience of abundance. They're not only showing up, they're already here. And you and I have the eyes and the ears and the heart to receive them. And we receive them right here and now. There's nothing that can stand in the way of our good today. Not even old ideas that somehow that are good can be kept from us, because that's not the truth. And what I declare and know for us is that the truth sets us free, and we are free right here and now in this moment today. There's a verse in the Bible that says, today is the day that the Lord has made. Today is a day that the law has made. Today is a day that is unfolding, that Spirit is unfolding your good and my good. And so today, as we move through this day, I accept for us that the law, that the Lord is moving us as we go with this flow. It is moving us into our full inheritance, which includes every good thing. Surely goodness and mercy shall follow you and me all the days of our life, right here and now. So as I hold this truth for you and me, I just know that we are blessed today. And I release this with great gratitude that we don't have to make this happen. There is a current, there is a power, there is a presence greater than you and me that has already made this done. And we just have to have the ends to open, and we are open today, right here in this moment. So I hold this space for you. I look forward to seeing you in an upcoming video. I know that this word is done, it's complete, and so it is. Peace and love. Namaste.